berrando, gritando socorro. Olha isso aqui. Não sobrou absolutamente nada aqui em cima, cara. Jesus.
A devastating tornado tore through the southern Brazilian state of Paraná on Friday night, November 7, unleashing powerful winds and torrential rain that left behind widespread destruction and claimed at least 6 lives, according to state officials on Saturday, November 8th. The storm system, described by meteorologists as one of the most violent to hit the region in recent years, struck with little warning, catching many residents off guard. Within minutes, neighborhoods were turned into disaster zones as roofs were ripped off, power poles snapped like twigs, and trees were uprooted and hurled across roads. The tornado formed rapidly amid a surge of unstable atmospheric conditions sweeping across southern Brazil, where intense heat and humidity collided with a cold front moving northward from Argentina. Witnesses reported seeing a dark funnel cloud descend from the sky, accompanied by deafening winds and sheets of rain that reduced visibility to almost zero. Panic spread as residents scrambled for safety, some hiding in basements, others seeking shelter inside vehicles or nearby buildings. By dawn, emergency crews were deployed to the worst-hit areas, struggling to navigate blocked roads and downed power lines. Communication networks were partially disrupted, complicating rescue efforts. The state government of Paraná immediately activated its civil defense agency, coordinating with local authorities to assess the damage and provide emergency relief to survivors. Officials warned that the death toll could rise as search and rescue teams continue to reach remote communities cut off by fallen debris and flooding. The small city of Rio Bonito do Iguaçu, located in the central western part of Paraná, bore the brunt of the tornado's fury. According to the state civil defense agency, more than half of the city's urban area was severely affected, with hundreds of homes suffering partial or total roof collapse. Streets once bustling with activity were left littered with twisted metal sheets, shattered glass, and splintered wood. Witnesses described a scene of absolute chaos as the tornado roared through the city, its howling winds likened to the sound of a passing freight train. In just a few minutes, entire blocks were reduced to piles of debris. Residents recalled the terrifying moments when the storm struck. Many were at home during the evening when the sky suddenly turned black and the wind intensified with shocking speed. It was like the world was ending, one survivor told local media, describing how walls shook and windows shattered before the roof of her house was torn away. Cars were overturned, power lines collapsed, and streetlights were ripped from their foundations. Local authorities reported significant damage to public buildings, including schools and community centers, many of which have since been repurposed as temporary shelters for displaced families. Emergency responders worked through the night under dangerous conditions, using flashlights and makeshift equipment to pull survivors from collapsed structures. The local hospital quickly reached capacity as dozens of injured residents arrived seeking treatment for cuts, fractures, and shock. Meanwhile, widespread power outages plunged much of the city into darkness, hampering communication and slowing down relief operations. The municipal government has declared a state of emergency, allowing faster mobilization of state and federal resources to assist with recovery efforts in the coming days.
Tudo, gente do céu, tudo no chão. Misericórdia.
In the aftermath of the deadly tornado, emergency response teams across Paraná have been working relentlessly to assist survivors and restore critical infrastructure in the devastated areas. The Civil Defense Agency, supported by firefighters, police, and volunteer groups, immediately launched coordinated rescue operations throughout the night. Teams equipped with heavy machinery and search dogs combed through piles of debris, looking for survivors trapped beneath collapsed structures. Despite the dangerous conditions, unstable rubble, downed electrical wires, and ongoing rain, rescuers continued their efforts with remarkable determination and courage. Local authorities quickly established emergency shelters in schools and community centers to accommodate displaced families. Volunteers and humanitarian organizations have been distributing blankets, food, and clean water, while medical personnel provide first aid and psychological support to victims traumatized by the disaster. Hospitals in nearby cities have also been placed on alert to handle an influx of injured patients. Many residents, now homeless, face uncertain days ahead as the weather remains unstable and the risk of additional storms persists. The state government of Paraná, in coordination with the Federal Emergency Management Agency, has pledged comprehensive support for the recovery process. Assessments are underway to estimate the economic damage, which is expected to reach into the millions of reais. Engineers and safety inspectors are examining damaged buildings to determine which can be salvaged and which must be demolished for safety reasons. Authorities have urged the public to remain cautious, warning that weakened structures and live electrical hazards continue to pose serious threats. Meanwhile, meteorologists are closely monitoring atmospheric patterns to prevent further tragedies. As the search for the missing continues, the focus is gradually shifting from emergency response to rebuilding, restoring hope and stability to communities shattered by one of the most destructive storms in Paraná's recent history.